Hello, hello, hello. How are you guys doing today? Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday fun day. Okay, I am so bundled up right now, and it is so cold in Indianapolis. When we were coming back, it said it was like 19 degrees outside, but honest to God, it feels like it's like 0. And so I'm getting all bundled up. I'm gonna show it to you in here in a second. But somebody commented on the vlog yesterday. It was very sweet. And they said, Peter, we love you. We want you to stay warm and healthy. You don't have to vlog outside. I enjoy vlogging outside. Even when it's cold and I complain about it being cold, I really enjoy vlogging outside. It's very relaxing for me. Even as bitter cold as it is, it's very relaxing for me. I know their comment was really sweet. It was really nice. But I enjoy sitting outside, even in the bitter cold. It's refreshing for me, and I don't know, it's just sitting out here for an hour or so and talking to you guys, even if it's cold outside, and just drinking some coffee and whatever, like, it's very relaxing to me. So that's why I like to sit outside. If I'm sitting inside, I'm very distracted by stuff. You know I'm easily distracted. So if I'm sitting out here, I can just kind of sit here and just kind of watch the world go by. It's funny because, so we went to the grocery store, we went to Walmart after, I'll get to this in a second, but we went to Walmart after brunch today, and I did this grocery store haul because I bought some fun stuff to review over there. And like right when I got it done, I don't know if it like caught it at the end of the video. The video is uploading right now, this grocery store haul. Anyway, when I got home, I did a haul because it was like a bunch of fun stuff that I haven't bought before. And so, I bought like some different kinds of ice cream and stuff over there. I was looking for this creamer that Nikki got at Walmart, this butterbeer creamer that I can't find anywhere, okay? But I want to try this butterbeer creamer because it supposedly tastes like butterscotch. Nikki loves it. She's like, it's so good. Her husband got it for her. I can never find the cool creamer. Just like, no matter, they didn't have any cool creamers at Walmart. But anyway, so we were driving home, and Alex was like, are you going to do your vlog, like, as soon as we get home? And I said, yeah. He's really, really tired. So they didn't even stay up that late. And he's like, I'm so tired. They, like, went to bed early both nights. And I said, because we had talked about we were going to watch RuPaul's Drag Race tonight and Beverly Hills. And I said, babe, if you want to watch it tomorrow night, you can go to bed early. He's like, no, because if I go to bed now, I'll be up at midnight. He's like, so you're going to vlog? It's basically, am I going to vlog so that I can take my walk? It's not going to be a long walk tonight because it's cold. And then we can watch our shows as soon as I get back. And I was like, yeah. And, because he'll probably be in bed by like 7:30 or 8 tonight, which is fine because then I'll take my nap early and then I'll be up and I can watch all his shows. But anyway, I said, I think I'm going to do a haul first. And so I came home and I showed this stuff. But as soon as I got done with my haul, it was like right as I was like turning it off, this woodpecker was in the background. I haven't heard a woodpecker out here in a while. So anyway, let me tell you my bundle up today, okay? I have, first of all, I have this coat on. This, I don't know how to pronounce this brand. Is it Monn? Anyway, I bought this coat like 3 years ago. I love this coat. It used to be like skin tight on me, and now it fits like, it's a little loose on me, but it's nice. Anyway, I like have all these coats that I never wear, and so today I was like, I want to start like wearing different coats and stuff. What I'm wearing today is not what I wore to brunch. I actually wore this really cute flannel shirt, but I was like, no, I got to put something warm on. So I wanted to wear a pop of color for you today. Look at this coat. Isn't this so cute? Anyway, I kind of forgot that I have this coat. So I have this coat on, but then underneath it, because it's so cold, I have the North Face little thing up. And then underneath that, because people have been recommending for me to wear my long underwear, I have the black long underwear. I got this at Walmart. What's so funny is I was walking around the bedroom. I had this on tucked into my jeans, and I was doing this dance. I said, look, I'm doing jazz dance. Alex was laughing. But anyway, so I had just this on before I put my coat on and came downstairs. It actually got kind of warm upstairs, so hopefully this will be enough. It feels like enough up here. And then I have, these are my new jeans I got, and I'm like, see, I got some that are longer so I can like cuff them over, because I like to cuff my jeans over. That should so be my thumbnail. So I like to cuff my jeans over. I actually wore these with Birkenstock clogs today. But anyway, look at my cute socks. Do you guys see my cute socks? Do you see them? They're like maroon tie-dyed socks. Aren't they? What am I doing? Aren't they so cute? Okay. So anyway. Okay, and then I have my blanket right here, which will keep me warm on the bottom. Then, do you remember me telling you about the gloves that I saw that Alex had the other day? Okay, I'm going to show them to you. So they were sitting out. He actually had them, so they connect by this little snap right here. Okay, they connect by this little snap so you don't lose them as an adult, and then you unattach them. Okay, so don't these look so nice, these gloves? Look at them. And so I said, where did you, he was, oh, they're supposed to be the kind that you can like use your phone on. They have like the little pads and stuff. Those never work. And so I said to him, I was like getting ready to vlog, and I said, where did you get these gloves? I said, did you just wear them to work? He goes, yeah. He goes, I got them at Express. If these gloves are warmer than the North Face ones and he got them at Express, like that's a sad statement about North Face. Anyway, but they seem pretty warm. Before I do though, we're gonna do a time and temperature check, but Brian and Leo, hey Brian and Leo, they sent me some lip balms. Do you pronounce it EOS or EOS? They sent me these the other day, and this is the Cucumber Honeydew. This is my favorite of the three. Remember it came in little balls back in the day? I love that stuff. Is it EOS or EOS? I think it's EOS, but I call it EOS. Anyway, I love this lip balm. So, this is my favorite, is the Cucumber Melon. Oh my god, it's so nice. And I always say I want chapstick out here, so I was like, I'm gonna bring this today. Okay, we're gonna do a little time and temperature check really quick. It is 4:21 on Sunday afternoon. And the temperature is, it was 19 in the car coming back. Oh, it says it's 22, but it feels like it's 12 outside. And there was a special weather statement, which I could put my light snow this evening into tonight. A 3 to 4 hour period of light snow is expected this evening into the early overnight with scattered flurries. Lingering through the remainder of the night, light accumulations less than an inch are possible. Focus especially less than an inch across the northern half of central Indiana. That's not us. Untreated roads will become slick. This is not us. What's the next one? There's like a part 2 to this. Cold weather advisory. Cold weather advisory now in effect from 4 a.m. Monday to 9 a.m. Eastern Time Tuesday. So all day tomorrow. What to expect? Very cold wind chills as low as 19 below zero expected. Where portions of central, that's us, we're central Indiana, north central and west central Indiana, wind from 4 a.m. Monday to 9 a.m. Tuesday. I have a dental appointment on Tuesday. I'm so not excited about it. I'm really dreading this dental appointment. Because I've been, okay. The dangerously cold wind chills as low as 20 below could cause frostbite on exposed skin. Okay. Use caution while traveling. We're not there yet. That's in 2 days. Yeah, I'm really not excited about this dental appointment, and this is the reason why. So, for those of you that do not know, I have periodontal disease, and the reality is I just did not keep up on my teeth for years and years and years. About, I don't know when it was, years ago, I started going back and really taking care of my teeth, and then I was like, I'm gonna all kinds of dental care and everything I have to focus on. Well, I'm supposed to go quarterly to get my teeth cleaned. I have to get I get a deep cleaning every once a year, and then quarterly. These are pretty warm. And then I do, my coffee is chocolate raspberry today from Cafe Patachou. So, I thought it hadn't been this long, and I was looking at my calendar from last year to see when I went. My long-term memory is great. My short-term memory, not so good. So anyway, I also noticed when I put my video together yesterday that my hat was all lopsided. So anyway, I wanted to wear the hat with the little fuzzy ball on it, but it looks stupid with this. But anyway, I'm actually pretty warm right now, which is crazy. I had when I went to brunch, I had on my trucker hat and I was not warm, so I knew I was gonna wear this. But I'm this blanket, you guys, is so warm. And I think the long underwear, it helps me in my walk, so it's really warm tonight. But I'm cold, but I don't feel I could sit here and talk for an hour and a half, 2 hours, and I'd be completely fine how I am right now. Anyway, so I'm supposed to go quarterly for these cleanings. If you have periodontal disease, you'll know what I'm talking about. And, or any kind of dental issues, you sometimes have to get quarterly cleanings. So it's really not that bad. The only bad one is when I have to do a deep cleaning once a year. But if you keep up with the quarterly cleanings, you don't usually have to do the deep cleaning even once a year. The last time I did it, she did the upper row one day and the bottom row another day. But it's a deep cleaning. And it's an hour to an hour and a half for the deep cleaning. When I go in for the quarterly cleanings, as long as I keep up with them, that's the thing, right? As long as people ask me a lot that are or people say to me, I'm in my early 30s, what's some advice that you would give me in your early 30s? It's strange, what advice I would give people. My number one advice, as far as money is, start a savings account now. I know it sounds so old school, and nobody wants to start savings accounts and all this kind of stuff, but I don't know. I didn't, when I was in my, late 20s, early 30s, I didn't have a lot of money to put, into, investments and things. I feel a lot of my friends did. Later I did that with some money that I had, but, I feel all my friends at that time were like investing money, and I didn't have that kind of money. But I did have like $50 that I would give for somebody for Christmas. My mom taught me this. And so I started savings accounts. And then that savings account kind of like taught me how to like learn how to save money over time. That would be my first piece of advice. It's just like every month, like pay yourself first. Like that's something Dave Ramsey says, is always pay yourself first. That can be like, and what that means is when you get your paycheck, before you pay your bills, pay yourself something. I'm not saying you have to pay yourself $1,000. You can pay yourself, say, I can only afford $10 extra. Most of us can afford $1 to $10 extra a month that you could put aside. And even if that doesn't sound like a lot, like $10 a month, you know, over a year is, what, $120? So, I mean, that's something saved that you have. Like, if something would come up, that's $120 you have. And that's kind of the mentality that I had to look at. That's my first piece of advice, is start a savings account. I mean, if you have the money, I'd say buy property. Like, I mean, I wish I, you know, had done that, but I didn't have that kind of money. My second piece of advice is always keep up with your teeth and go to the dentist. Like, it's one of my biggest regrets that I didn't go for years. And it truly was just my fear of going to the dentist. I had dental insurance, so there was really no excuse. I just did not like going to the dentist. Which is weird because my mom and my dad totally were like people that kept up with the dentist all the time. Alex loves to get his teeth cleaned. Like, he loves to get his teeth cleaned. I hate the dentist. I mean, my dentist is fantastic. I love my dentist. I love my periodontist. I love, you know, the person that cleans my teeth and all that kind of stuff. They're very nice. I don't mean it like that. I just don't like going to the dentist. I never have. And it's weird because, like, I don't have any weird, like, fear associated with it. Like, nothing bad happened to me when I was growing up as a kid. I just don't like the dentist. And the third thing is, I don't think it matters what you do. I mean, obviously educate yourself on exercise and whatever, but like that period of my life, like my late 20s, was when I was running like 5 days a week. I was lifting weights like 5 days a week. I don't know that throughout my entire, like from then to now, I could have kept that up. I wish I had, but I don't think I could have. But even if I would just have stayed active and done something, a walk, a hike, Zumba, a run, whatever, twice a week, 3 times a week, and never stopped. Even if on like a slow week, I could only do it like once or twice a week and never stopped and continued to lift weights. I also, one of the things I wish I would have done earlier is I wish I would have, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like diversified my activity. Instead of just running and lifting weights, I would have, like, I love when I see people online. This inspires me as far as working out. I wish I would have done more hiking. I wish I would have like done Zumba or more Pilates and yoga. I wish I would have tried a lot of different things because I think I would have enjoyed a lot of different things more, because now when I try stuff, I enjoy it. But to always stay active. Like, those are the things that, like, I wish I would have done. And always preventative health, too. Make sure you go to your doctor and get, like, your regular checkups and blood tests and stuff like that. I think it's, like, vital. And those are things I just, like, I did not do. I don't know. I just didn't think it really, like, I thought, I don't know, when I was in my 20s, like, maybe in my 30s, I thought more about it, especially when my mom got sick and passed away. But, like, in my 20s, I just was like, it wasn't like I felt untouchable. I don't know, I just felt like nothing's gonna happen. Anyway, so I had this thing the last time that I went to, I thought I had gone already since then, but I had this thing in my tooth. And so she wanted my dentist to look, so the person that does my deep cleaning does not, she wanted my dentist, my real dentist, to look at it. So when she looked at it, she was like, okay, you need to go to this person to see if you need a root canal. And because it's underneath where a crown was. And it's like a crack or something. And she was like, you need to go to this. This was when Boo Radley was, like, really sick those last 6 weeks. It was right before then. And she said, you need to go to this, I don't know, specialist, I don't know, endodontist, and have this looked at. And then if they say, it was a woman that I was going to, I think. I can't remember. But anyway, it was somebody that I hadn't gone to before. And then if they said I needed a root canal, I'd have to get a root canal, and then I would go back to my dentist. My dentist would put a crown on, okay? Well, at that point in time, I had a periodontal appointment scheduled for a deep cleaning, but she told me to cancel it and not come in until I'd taken care of this tooth. Well, that was at the time that Boo Radley was sick. So I was trying to schedule this endodontist appointment, but I kept on canceling it because I didn't want to, like, just be gone. Like, you know, like, I was so worried about Boo. So finally, I rescheduled it 2 or 3 times, and the woman was like, why don't you just call back? Because I told her on the phone, I was like, this is a situation, you know, blah, 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 whatever. And she's like, she was really sweet. She was like, honey, why don't you just wait until all this is done? Well, then that happened. And then it was Christmas. And I don't know, it was, it wasn't even that it was off my radar, but it wasn't also my priority. And I just was like, I'll just take care of it, I'll take care of it, I'll take care of it. Well, then my dentist went on maternity leave. So I was like, well, I'm just going to wait till my dentist, this was my excuse. This is totally an excuse. I was like, I'm going to wait till my dentist comes back from maternity leave because there's no reason to go to the endodontist because she had somebody replacing her, but I wanted to go see her. This is all excuses. So I was like, I'll just wait till she comes back from maternity leave. This is such a boring story, isn't it? Anyway, I just put it off and put it off and put it off. So I haven't had a deep cleaning in almost a year. And I know when I go in there on Tuesday, it's going to be hell. Not to mention that this tooth right here feels loose. I'm like, if I lose a tooth, right, if I have to have this tooth pulled right here, like, I'm going to lose my mind. Like, can you even imagine? I'm not proud of my teeth, but can you imagine right here losing a tooth? I mean, to be honest with you, I'm kind of like not that vain, but I make videos every day. Can we just talk about that? Like, I'm gonna have to get a flipper, like in pageants. I mean, I would get a, you know, what do you call it? I mean, I would get a, whatever you have to get, a replacement tooth, but I can't even think of the word now. The one that I got pulled back here, I never had anything. I said to him, do I have to? And he was like, no. That was my periodontist. But anyway, it's so far back. 'Cause I can remember, like, talking to some of my friends. My friends were like, when they had a tooth pulled way back here, they're like, it was like going to be like $2,000 or $5,000 to have like a bridge put over and all this kind of stuff. And they're like, and I said to him, he goes, a lot of people don't. He was like, you don't have to. Right here, I have a hole in my mouth. But that's a little bit different than like one of your front teeth. It's not, it's like the third one over. Right here. I'm like, oh my God, if I'm losing. I feel like I've said it to her before. My dental hygienist is so funny, first of all. She's so sweet. And so I usually listen to an audiobook or music. It's not like a real fancy place or anything like that I go. So like they don't have like, do you know when you get to places like, they have like the paraffin hand massages that somebody comes in and does, and they have like the TVs. And I have never gone to a dentist or anybody, a specialist like that. Never have I ever. Never have I ever. But I bring my AirPods, and oh, there was Laura leaving. I bring my AirPods, and so it's so funny, because usually I listen to music, because it's kind of too distracting for me. I'll start listening to a book, but then it's too distracting. I remember one time I listened to the entire Bridgerton soundtrack, which is fantastic, by the way. But anyway, she taps me on my shoulder, like, she'll be like, and then I take my AirPod out, and then I feel so bad. Anyway, that's Tuesday. And then Wednesday I have a hair appointment. And then Caroline, I thought she came back yesterday. She's actually flying back today because I texted her because she was posting all these pictures online of her trip. And so I thought she was back. And so I texted her and I was like, hope you had the most fun. She's like, we did. She's like, we're flying out of Tampa right now. So she's coming back from Tampa. And she said it's cold there. So it's like 55. I said, girl, it's like 19 here. This was at brunch, so I was texting her. So she may be too busy this week because she's been gone for a week. If she is, then we won't do Cousin Fun Day. I don't really have... Somebody is running down the street and they literally have no coat on. It is this guy. And he's got like a hat with like the little fuzzy ball on the end of it. I can't see him. Hopefully he'll come this way because he looks like he might be good looking. Little eye candy running down the street. Let's see who he is. He might run the other way. He'd be here by now. He ran the other way. Damn it. I wanted to see who this was. Anyway, he had like a white thermal shirt on and like like this hat, but like with the fuzzy ball on it, and like running pants and shoes. He had no coat on. That is insanity. Anyway, so we have it on the schedule to do Cousin Fun Day this week, but she might have had something come up. Like she might have a meeting or something come up, so she does, and we just won't do it. I have a hair appointment on Wednesday. So if we do Wednesday, I'm gonna see if she can pick me up for my hair appointment. My hair appointment is actually really, like it's like 20 minutes from here. But it's like, Caroline lives on the same street that my hair appointment, not on like the same residential street, but like the main street, it's on the same street as my hair appointment is. So it's literally like she leaves her house and she comes picks me up. It's like a 1.5, 2 minute drive for her. So hopefully that'll be Wednesday. Then Thursday I have therapy. And then, I can't remember if Alex leaves Friday or Saturday. There's Laura. But he's going to be gone all weekend, so... It was so funny this morning. Last night he texted me and he said, I'll be home between like 1:30 and 2. Well, he said they were getting up at 9 and then they were going to leave by like 11. It's not that far of a drive. And so he said, I'll be home by like, I'm like really comfortable. This is so strange. I mean, like, I'm comfortable always, but like temperature-wise, I'm really comfortable. Like, I could sit out here for hours. Like, I thought I would be so freezing today. Like, I thought there's no way I can sit out there and vlog. I really thought that. I was like, I'm going to try this, but then I'm going to probably have to come inside. I just don't like to vlog inside. I like to film inside, but I don't like to vlog inside. If I don't have to. But I'm really, like, this blanket, you guys should see me have, like, my legs crossed. I have the blanket over me. Look, I'm so cozied out right now. I'm so cozy. But anyway, he was like, I'll be home between, like, 1:30 and 2. And he was like, to go to brunch. I was like, okay. So, I wake up. First of all, I had the weird... Do you ever have... I had this dream last night. I kept on, like... I, like, fell asleep and went back in a dream, like, twice. Like, that hasn't happened to me in a long time. But it was this weird... It was like an adventure dream. Like, me and this gal... I don't even know who she was. We were, like... in this, like, she was, like, driving this small car, and, like, we kept on stopping at these, it must have been something I watched or something. We kept on stopping at these gas stations, and she was asking for directions, and then we were, like, in this hotel room, and she kept on, like, looking out the window and seeing if, like, these people were trying to, like, get us and whatever, and I was, like, laying in bed laughing. Like, we were really good friends, but I didn't know who she was. Like, when I woke up, I was, like, it wasn't, like, somebody that I knew in real life, you know what I mean? But, like, the dream just kept on going on and on and on, and, like, anyway. But, like, at one point this morning, so I got up and I went to the bathroom and I came back and the dogs were just, like, stretching out and whatever, and they sleep real close right next to me. It's so cute. And so, who's texting me? My phone just went off. Nikki just texted me. She knows I'm vlogging. Oh, there goes Laura again. Honey, what are you doing? Honey, to land. Nikki just texted me and said, you a bitch. Do you want to hear me and Mel's text this morning? Okay. Well, we're talking about what we were doing. That stuff's boring. So anyway, but this is what she said. Oh my OMFG, I forgot to tell you this today. ... You a bitch. That's what Nikki said. Okay. So here's Mel and I said happy Sunday, and she said happy Sunday, bitch. Amy and Tammy Slayton always say to each other. And I said, you effing bitch, LOL. And she said, ha ha, how's it going? I said, we're at brunch, and she said, oh, Alex is home already. Okay, so I went to the bathroom and I came back to bed, and I was, like, so comfy in bed. So I finally changed the bedding last night. I was so proud of myself. I did all this laundry, and I changed the bedding and stuff. And so I was so comfy and cozy in the bed. The dogs were curled up next to me. And all of a sudden, like, Walter starts going. Like, it's so weird. Like, I didn't realize... Like, in retrospect now, I realize that, like, Boo's hearing kind of, like, faded out over time. Like, towards the end, he really couldn't hear a lot. But, like, I feel like I kind of remember, like, when it started. Because, like, he would, like, be upstairs or something, like, 2 or 3 years before he passed away. And, like, he wouldn't, like, hear... Like, he would hear Alex come in, but only when Alex would say hello, and then he'd come running down the stairs. Whereas before, like, he'd hear him coming out here on the street. Like, the dog's hearing is so tuned in now. Well, I'm laying there in bed, and all of a sudden I hear Walter go, like he's growling, right? And so I, like, woke up, and you can just see him, like, standing up. And I'm like, I didn't hear anything. And then Otis started going, they started growling together, and then they walked to the end of the bed. I didn't hear any, I was like, then I got kind of scared. I was like, is somebody in the house? I was like, hello? There's nobody there. And all of a sudden I hear the garage door go up. How do those dogs hear Alex's car coming down the street? The fan is on in the bedroom. Honey, the fan. The fan is on in the bedroom. I don't know how they could hear it. These gloves from Express are so much warmer. I gotta get a pair of these. These are so much warmer than the North Face ones. That is a sad statement. Maybe Alex would switch them out with me, because he only wears them to work. Anyway, I said I'm gonna wear them for my... He was like, babe, you can go use them and try them on if you want. So, I don't know, maybe he'll give them to me. Can you use the phone, though? Let's see, because it's like you're... Oh, you can! Well, kind of. Well, they're kind of big. My thumb finger isn't fitting, but... Oh, I can, though. Look at this. Okay, hold on a second. Maybe not. I opened it! I did! Let's read the last comment that's on here from the vlog. The vlog squad of love. Vloggerino. Okay, switch account. I mean, it's a little slow, but you can use it. Oh, I'm loving this. Okay. Who's the last comment from? Should we see? Should we call him out? Hopefully it's a nice one. The last comment was something shitty. I can't even read it. Who's it from? Lisa? Isabel? I think it says Isabel. We need merch that says Blue Heart. Lazy Club! Kim said fresh foods are expired. Canned goods are Best Buy. Is that for real? That makes so much sense. Oh my God. Is that like, did I have to become 53 years old to learn that? That makes so much sense. Marissa said, oh, thanks. Oh, lazy. If you didn't make it to the end of the vlog yesterday, the last thing I said was, lazy. Okay, who is this? Amazing Grace? No. Anna? The Last Frontier is a great show, she said. Okay, well, I agree, and I'm on the second episode last night. We'll get to my TV watch in just a second. So, Alex came home today, fully showered, hair done, dressed, cute sweater on and everything. And he came in, and it was like 12 o'clock. I took a shower last night, and I did not use my hair products, but I tried to make my hair look nice. And so today I was like, well, maybe I could just put some product in it, then I wouldn't have to wear a hat to brunch and whatever. And I turned to the side, and it was like, whoo, flock of seagulls, but the wrong direction. Anyway, I was so cozied out last night. I changed the bed linen, and it is so nice up there right now. We have the gray back on with the white faux fur blanket, and then I put the pillows on there. Honey, I lit candles. I took a shower, a long shower. I lotioned up. I felt so good. I put clean pajamas on. I did all my laundry last night. All the towels were folded and put up in the bathroom. I have all my clothes laundry is done. I got all my laundry done. The whole house is dusted. I mean, like I told Alex all the stuff today, like he could care less. He's like, oh, thank you for doing that. I was like, oh, you're welcome. I enjoy doing that stuff. I do, like, I enjoy cleaning and doing laundry and stuff. I don't know. I don't know why I enjoy doing it. It's weird because I'm like in my head, like kind of unpacking it, trying to think about, like my mom she kind of enjoyed doing that stuff. And so I think like, I don't know, my mom and I, like, when I was a little kid, like, she'd like, come on, help me vacuum, or come on, help me do this, and I'd help her do it. I enjoy doing that stuff. I mean, do I enjoy spending an hour dusting or cleaning the bathroom? No, I don't love that moment of it, but, like, I don't mind it. I really don't. And in all honesty, like, our place never really gets that dirty. I always tell people it's kind of like an organized mess. Like, on the counter where, like, my office little area is over in there, it's, like, stacked books and stuff like that. I mean, it's not like Caroline's kitchen, like, there's nothing to be found on her kitchen counters, except for, like, she has, like, two things, like where underneath, like where she keeps her purse and stuff like that. My area over there, I have like stacked books, my camera, my glasses, my reading glasses. I have them all in a case and stuff like that. But I wouldn't even say it's a mess. I just say it's like organized clutter is what I would say. But our place never gets that dirty. Like, Alex could care less about a made bed. I like a made bed. I feel like it's like getting in a hotel. Like, I make the bed every single day, put the pillows, not just like the regular pillows, but like all the extra pillows. And I like to make it very, very nice. I spray it with linen spray every day. I just love that. I do that for me. Like, it makes me happy. I think part of why I like to clean is just like, I like to see the finished product of it. Like, it makes me feel good. A lot of times, like, it's really hard. Like, this is going to sound strange, but this is something I had to kind of get over for YouTube. Like, if I would sit down, and I think a lot of this is my OCD stuff. But, like, if I would sit down at the dining room table, that's where we don't use it as a dining room table. We use it just as our desks. But if I would sit there and I would start, like, working on the computer and I would notice if the table was dusty, then I would have to dust the table. And then as I was sitting there after I got done dusting the table, then I'd have to dust another table. And then I'd have to dust another table until all the dusting was done. And then I could work on the computer. But then an hour and a half could have gone by. Like that, I've worked through a lot of my OCD, so it's not like that anymore. But I still like to keep it. Like, I was thinking to myself last night, well, I dusted all this stuff today, so I won't have to do that next weekend. Pool Crew Lady number 2, her daughter just came out, and they got a big order of DoorDash. I wonder what they got. Spaghetti or lasagna dinner anyway. Woo! Lazy. So anyway, Alex came home at like 12, and he is like jeans, boots, sandals, not sandals, sorry, jeans, boots, sweater, camera stopped, jeans, boots, sweater, cute shirt all the way up, hair done, and I'm like, I woke up when he came in because the dogs were going crazy, right? And I said, did you have a good trip? He's like, yeah. I said, are you wanting to go brunch right now? He goes, no, I told you like 2 o'clock. And I was like, okay. I said, and then like the dogs were like jumping all over him. And so he was, I think Love Island. Is Love Island back on? It looked like he was watching Love Island. And he was holding Otis, and Walter like laid down next to him. They were so excited to see him. And then I was like almost asleep, and then he woke me up to show me a TikTok or Instagram video of a baby otter. I said, he was like, look at this. I go, and for me to look at something on a phone, I have to pull out my reading glasses. I was like, I thought this, he's like, isn't he so cute? I go, I'm going to sleep. He was cute. When I woke up, I was like, can I see that baby otter again? So he showed me the baby otter. But anyway, I said, would you own a baby otter? He goes, oh yeah. I go, well, what would you do with it? I said, what would you name it? He said Poncho. Poncho the otter. I think it's actually kind of cute. My dad loved that song, Poncho and Lefty, by Willie Nelson and Waylon Jennings. Did you ever hear that song? My dad and I used to sing that song all the time. Anyway, last night, honey, the land. Not a long walk. It was cold. And then, what did I do? Took the dogs out like a bunch last night. But this is the thing. They come like, they're ready, like they start pulling me in. Like they don't like to be outside very long. And when it's this cold, I don't let them be outside more than 4 to 5 minutes anyway. But like they literally, both of them last night, every time I took them outside. I mean, it's like, there's a little bit of a wind right now. And it was kind of like that. It's more so out there. Like they would do their business and then they were ready to come right back inside last night. They didn't really run around a whole lot last night either. I don't know. Like they just kind of like laid in their beds. They played on their toys for a little bit. And then they kind of like laid next to me. So talked to Tanya for a long time last night. Tanya called me earlier. I was after I got back from my walk. Oh, I finished Unlocked last night. I was finishing the last episode of Unlocked when Tanya called. And every show I asked her about, she'd already seen. I was asking her about all these movies. I wanted to watch a movie last night. And so I was asking her every movie on Netflix, every movie on Apple she's already seen. She had rented some movie and she said it was a waste of money. And every TV show she's seen, she said Survivors is really good on Netflix. Now, Tanya and I don't always 100% agree on, like, thriller shows. Like, sometimes, like, I was telling her about Malice last night. I said, I was joking in my video the other day, Tanya, about how you love Malice so much because she interrupted me. She goes, David Duchovny is so sexy. I go, that's what I said in my video, Tanya. I go, he doesn't carry the whole show. But anyway, Laura waving again at me. Where is she going? She didn't stop at her house. Oh, she must be, her parents live real close. She must be going out the back gate to her parents' house. But anyway, so Survivors, I said, Tanya, we started that show. This is the second time she's mentioned it to me. I said, Tanya, I looked it up. We started that show months ago. I go, is it the one where like there's a boat coming out of a cave and the boat crashes? She goes, yeah, and it looked like it was all AI and fake. And I said, yeah. And she goes, we both stopped watching it because it was so bad. I go, yeah. She goes, it is so good. You need to keep on watching it. So I was like, okay. But then I was telling her about The Last Frontier. She goes, it's so good. I go, have you already seen it? She goes, honey, that came out like 2 months ago. I was like, oh, well, I didn't know, Tanya. She goes, I think it came out longer than that. So she was saying The Last Frontier is really good. So I talked to Tanya. Oh, then Nikki and I watched Love During, well, it's not Love After Lockup this season, it's Love During Lockup. Love After Lockup comes out in September. So this is Love During Lockup. It's basically the same thing. This one is where people are dating inmates while they're in prison and they're getting ready to get out. So this is like, there's like Love After Lockup, Life After Lockup is like them after they've, it's like the show after the show. It's all basically the same thing. It doesn't really matter. They just call it different things. That's why every season has like 400 episodes. So we watched that last night. People were saying online in the Facebook group, this is going to be a horrible season. I don't think so. One guy is wanting to have a polyamorous relationship because he's got 2 girlfriends and he wants them to fall in love with each other and they can all have sex and stuff like that. And then one guy's keeping a secret and he's got secret money. And his girlfriend his wife has spent $42,000 on him because he told her that prison's expensive. Life is expensive. He don't need no commissary, honey. Stop sending the $42,000 she sent him in over a year. Anyway, who has that kind of money to send to somebody in prison? Who has $42,000 to send somebody? I don't have that kind of money. I don't have $4,200. I don't have $420 to send somebody in prison. Anyway, these people are so desperately in love. It's just ridiculous. But did you know that Brittany and Marcelino is supposedly coming back for the next season in September? I was telling Nikki, and I was like, she said, do you think that, because I called her like on speakerphone, because she told me this funny story, so I was having her tell Alex. Anyway, she said, hopefully she's not like with somebody new. I don't know. I mean, they wouldn't just have Brittany on there by herself, but it's like they're speculating because she's been like all over the place lately. And people are speculating that Brittany's she's supposedly on the next season. I hope so. Brittany's my all-time favorite. I love her. But she's not with Marcelino anymore. They're divorced or apart or whatever they are. Anyway, and she's back in Las Vegas. She was in Florida. People have been spotted taking pictures with her and stuff like that. So then so after we watched Love After Lockup, Nikki was going to bed. It was actually kind of late at that point because I talked to her and Tanya I don't even remember, but so then I was like, I wanted to watch a movie. Tanya had told me The Rip with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon was really good. I looked their ages up last night. Matt Damon is 55. Ben Affleck and I are the exact same age. Like, literally the exact same age. It kind of surprised me. I don't know why I thought they were a little younger than me. But anyway, I've loved them forever, ever since Good Will Hunting. I've loved both of them. And it's kind of fun to see them in a movie together again, you know, since all the way back then. But, so I was like, I wanted to watch, like, I love action thriller movies anyway, and Tanya was like, it's really good. She was like, Eric and I watched it, like, 2 nights ago or something like that. I said to her, have you seen The Suitcase Killer? Yeah, I watched it the other night while I was, like, at work doing some stuff. Did you watch People You Meet on Vacation? And she's like, oh, yeah. She's like, I read that book, too. She's like, I'm not real into the romances. She's like, the movie was okay. She was like, it was just okay for me. And I was asking her, I was like, girl, I was asking her about the Andrea Yates thing. She goes, oh, that's pretty good. She goes, on HBO. I go, girl, how do you watch all this stuff? I said, you watch more TV than I do. She starts laughing. She goes, do you know when I'm doing laundry or cleaning the house or I'm at the kennel or whatever and I've got it on the background? That's what I do. But she don't like pay full attention when she's watching it. So anyway, we were talking about Salt Lake City last night and stuff like that. So then I watched The Rip with Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. It's really good. I'm going to do my review because I wanted to watch a movie or two to react to. People keep on asking me about the 1,000-Pound Sisters thing. I need to get on a schedule and figure out what my schedule is going to be. It'll be a lot easier when Sister Wives is over. So tomorrow will be Sister Wives. Tuesday. Well, now I've got 2 Tuesday shows. I'm going to have to probably double up. Monday or Tuesday. Well, Tuesday I've got my dental appointment. Monday I might do Love After Lockup and Sister Wives. And then Tuesday do last week's 1,000-Pound Sisters, and then Wednesday do 1,000-Pound Sisters and get back on track. And I also want to continue to do like the true crime documentaries and stuff over there. So anyway, and then Monday I'm also going to do the Rip. So the Rip is about, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but if you want to watch it before I do my reaction to it tomorrow, I would recommend it. It's about 2 hours. It's like an hour and 52 minutes. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck work for this like tactical task force for the Miami-Dade County Police Department. And like their chief of this task force gets murdered. And what they do is they go in and they're not like taking drugs from cartels, like they're taking the cash and the money. And it's usually like anywhere from like $100,000 to $150,000. And it's called the Rip. But then they think that she got killed because, like, people, like, somebody, it's an inside, they're like, is it a cop killer, or is it, like, somebody on an inside job, or people like that. The task force is very small. It's, like, 6 people. It's the guy that played Glenn from Walking Dead. I don't know his name, but I love him. And that Tiana Taylor, oh, she's gorgeous. I love her. And then the other girl is from something I just watched. Well, I can't remember what she's from, but it's only, like, 6 of them. And, like, they think that somebody's stealing the money. So you don't really know if it's, like, the cartel coming for them or if it's, like, a setup or whatever. So they do this one job but it doesn't turn into what they think it's going to be. It's really, really well done. I mean, I like sometimes during movies get distracted, play my slot game and stuff like that. I paid attention the entire time in the movie. I thought it was so good. I thought it was really, really good. I mean, is it an Oscar winner? No, but it's like a fantastic action thriller. I loved it. And it's a really good ending, too. Like, you know, sometimes those endings are just kind of like, whatever. I love the ending of it. So I watched that last night, and then I really wanted to start Vera, but I also wanted to get into bed and read. I've been getting, like, even with my naps, I don't know if it's, like, from walking outside in the cold or something like that. I find, like, when I get back from walking, like, when it's this cold outside, even if I'm not taking a long walk, like, I'm super, super tired. Like, I walk inside, and it's like, I'm just really, especially after I take my shower, I'm, like, so tired, like, I could just fall asleep for the night. So I'm getting really exhausted, like, earlier in the evening, which, to me, when I say earlier in the evening, is by, like, 1:32 in the morning. Like, that's after a nap. Like, I'm ready to fall asleep right then. And I know you guys were like, well, then you should. But, like, that's my time to, like, just watch my shows. Like, that's my favorite time of the day, is, like, to sit there and watch my shows and then get into bed and read my Kindle. So, I watched The Rip. I don't even know what time I started that. Probably, like, I don't know what time I got done with it. But anyway, then I had watched half of the first episode of The Last Frontier, and I finished that, and then I started episode 2. The Last Frontier is really, really good, you guys. I was looking up the cast last night, because, like, everybody looks familiar in it to me, but I wouldn't know their names, or, like, what, well, when I was looking at the girl that plays the CIA agent, I was like, oh, she's been in so many things that I've seen. Anyway, it's about this prison transport plane that, like, crash lands. There's, like, an explosion on it. And it crash lands outside of Fairbanks, Alaska, in this small town. And the police chief, like, his wife is a nurse, and they're, like, going to buy this they bought this cabin to turn into, like, a bed and breakfast. And so, basically, they're going to kind of, like, that's going to be their life. Like, that's how the whole thing starts. At the same time this plane crash happens. And there's, like, 52 prisoners on this plane. But there's one prisoner that's, like, a CIA operative that's gone, like, rogue. And so they're, like, transporting him secretly, but nobody knows but the CIA. And so he's out there on, like, this rogue mission. And this police chief doesn't know. And then the CIA, this is all in the first episode. And the CIA agent is flown out there to basically clean up this mess that nobody knows about. And there's all these, like, some of the people on the plane get killed, but, like, a lot of the prisoners, I think there's like 18 or 20 that are still left, are, like, roaming the woods in this town, like, killing people. Like, it's not a horror movie. It's like a thriller. It's really good. It kind of reminds me of Untamed a little bit, which I said was with Jeremy Renner when it was Eric Bana the other day. I love Jeremy Renner so much. I like Eric Bana too. But the guy that plays the police chief in this, what's his name? I can't remember. He's not like anybody that'd be like, damn. Oh, the battery went to the halfway mark. Damn, he's so good looking. Like, he's not like one of those actors, but I like this guy a lot. He's been in other stuff that I watched. Oh, Alex and I started Palm Royale. Did I tell you that? We watched like 1.5 episodes of it. We might watch one of those today. Because Alex is like, what do we have? I said, we have RuPaul's Drag Race and we have Beverly Hills. Like, I told him, if you want to watch it tomorrow, if he wants to go to sleep. He's tired. He didn't sleep real well there. So, and he was so hungry today at brunch, too. They got pizza. So the cabin is outside of Brown County, which is like, it's all like 20 minutes within like Brown County, Nashville, Indiana, which is like the small town. Bloomington, which is IU, Indiana University. Which is the big game. The World Championships tomorrow. The World Championship of college football is tomorrow. Anyway, because Alex was like trying to find something that said IU on it to wear to work tomorrow, because they're doing business casual for IU, apparently. Anyway, so, what was I saying? Oh yeah, we went to brunch today, and I had a gluten-free waffle with fruit and 1 piece of whole wheat bread. And Alex had a bowl of the turkey chili with croutons, which he loves, a Coke. I had the coffee, which was chocolate raspberry, or raspberry chocolate. And then he had the Cuban. He usually like takes like 2 bites of the Cuban and brings the rest of it home. He ate the entire thing. And I was like, oh my God, are you so hungry? He was like, well, Friday night we didn't really eat a whole lot. He was like, last night we went into the little town of Nashville, which is real cute. It's where my mom and I went when, like, the weekend before Halloween, we would walk around. It's just, look it up online if you want to see it. Nashville, Indiana. It's a really cute little, there's like little, I told him, I said, I didn't know you were going into town. I would ask you to bring me some fudge. Which I have inside because I bought some at the grocery store. He just looked at me like, what are you talking about? I was like, they have great fudge in Nashville, Indiana. But he was like, well, we just went there to pick up pizzas. He was like, we just wanted to get out of the house for a little bit. They didn't even get in the hot tub. Tanya asked me that last night. That was like the first question. She's like, have they gotten in the hot tub? I was like, no. She goes, they are so boring. I go, Tanya, that's literally what I texted him. Because I said, did you guys get in the hot tub? And he goes, no. I go, boring. They have this gorgeous area, like on their basement when you walk out. It's like this hot tub. And it's like this fire pit. And it overlooks like, they own all this property. It's literally like acreage of like, it's scary. But you saw the video if you watched the video that I did. I was like, he's like, yeah, we didn't get in the hot tub. But they went into town to get these pizzas. So he had like a couple pieces of pizzas last night. He was so hungry today. So anyway, and then afterwards, we went to Walmart. It was so packed. And now we're here. Oh, and then last night after I started getting really tired. So I was like, well, the dog started getting really, really tired too. I really wanted them to sleep in bed with me last night. We might try it next weekend. I'm not, to be honest with you, I'm not real worried about Otis. Like, Otis, they don't really, well, they never pee in the house anymore. Walter, like, I would say, like, maybe every third day, poops in the house. But he kind of lets me know. I don't know. Could somebody teach me the trick to training dogs? I'm just not the greatest at it. And I take them out like 5,000 times a day. I treat train them. I take them to the same place. Part of Walter's issue is he gets so distracted. Like a leaf blows down. Like Otis knows what we're there for. Like Otis, like every time we come outside, pees 2 to 3 times and poops. Like all within like the first 10 minutes. And he's done. And then he's ready to go inside. He's like, if I take him out back, they'll run around and stuff like that. But Otis understands why we're there. I'm not worried about Otis like peeing or pooping in bed. Like I'm not worried about that. Walter gets so distracted that like I can tell like he has to, because sometimes I'll bring them inside, and then Walter, I can tell like it's like almost kind of like a little kid that looks like he'll keep on running to the back door. So then I'll just take Walter outside, and Walter will go, like I'll bring him over here, and then he'll pee real quick. Well, we've been outside for 15 minutes and he hasn't peed. I mean, something to get mad about. You know, he doesn't get it, but it's like he gets real distracted. If they hear anything, you know, like, then it's, if they hear anything, you know, it's like, okay. So anyway, so last night, Walter jumped down, and he was getting really, really tired. And Otis kind of sat up. And so then I took them outside. When I brought him inside, and I took their stuff off, Walter started running down the stairs, like, to his house. And I was like, oh, he wants to go to bed. At that point, it wasn't really that late. I was kind of surprised. And so I just, like, well, you guys want to go to your house? I was still, like, changing out laundry and folding stuff. So they both ran down there. I give them little treats before I put them in their bed, and then they eat their little treats while they're laying in there. And so they were just in there, and I was talking to them while I had the door up. So when you go down the stairs to the basement, there's like a slate floor. Their house is to the right in like this little area, this little cubby hole right there. And then you open the door to the actual basement. So, and then the washer and dryer is right here, and the laundry, the ironing board. So when I'm sitting there folding laundry, I'm literally like 10 feet away, 5 feet away from them, and so I just talk to them, and they just lay there in their little house. It's so cute. I mean, if the door's open, they, you know, just walk around with me, but I had them in there to go to bed. So I was folding laundry out and changing laundry around and stuff like that. What's she doing over there? They got all these people coming over here for dinner at Pool Crew Lady number 2's house. We used to do a lot of Sunday dinner. Not my dad and my stepmom and I, we really didn't. But like my mom and I, we would go to my aunt's house. We would go to my mom's friend's house for like Sunday dinner and stuff. Do people still do that? I guess we have some friends of ours that like still every Sunday they go to their parents' house for dinner. I think that would be really nice, you know? But ask me that and then put me like on Sunday. If Alex said, okay, my mom would totally, I was talking to my mother-in-law yesterday. Talked to her for a long time, checked into her. She's got Alex's cousin and his grandma staying with her till Monday. So they were having so much fun. So she was like texting me like movie suggestions. She was like, can you give me some movie suggestions for us to watch? We want to watch a movie. She said something like Mamma Mia. That's her favorite movie. Whenever she asks me for a recommendation, she always goes something like Mamma Mia. I've never seen Mamma Mia. I've never seen it all the way through. But she always asks me. She loves it. My mom and Alex's mom would have got along so well. But anyway, she's always like, can you give me a movie recommendation? She's like, my mom and I want to watch a movie. And I was like, so I was talking to her on the phone because she was texting me, so then I just called her and I was like, she was like, are you having a good weekend? And I was like, yeah. And she was like, you call it a bachelor weekend? She started laughing and I was like, yeah. She's like, because you're a bachelor for the weekend because your husband's gone. I said, yeah. And she was laughing and she's like, I remember back in the day that you used to call it that. And she's like, okay, so do you have a movie recommendation for me? And I was like Mamma Mia? I said, I don't really know. I said, if you look up Mamma Mia, there will be like movies underneath it. She's like, oh, that's a good idea. So then I was asking her if she had made dinner already and she was like, yeah, I cooked early. And what did she say she made? Pork tenderloin, because Alex's uncle brought his grandma and cousin over there. And so she's like, yeah, he stayed and ate, and we sat around and talked and stuff, because her sister, Alex's aunt, was like busy doing stuff. So anyway, so she was having a good time. We talked for a while on the phone. That was yesterday evening. And then, so if Alex said to me, okay, well, we'll do a family dinner every Sunday, I'd be like, oh, shit. I'm so that person. Like, it always sounds good until I have to do it. Years ago, there was this couple that got married. This is such a funny story. Anyway, we were, like, pretty close with this couple. Like, as going out people, as close as you can be. They're divorced now. And he's married to somebody else. And we actually are really close. Because Alex is really good friends with his new wife. And always has been. So we're really close with them now. The ex-wife, who we really were never that close with anyway, we're not. If we see her out, we're like, hey girl, how's it going? Next. But her brother hated us, okay? Like, hated us. Anyway, it's kind of scandalous. It's because of another friend of ours. But anyway, so like they had this huge wedding here in Indianapolis. And like, have I told this story before on here? I think I have. So like literally like everybody in Indianapolis that was like part of this whole going out scene got invited to this wedding. I mean, this wedding was like princess wedding, okay? And they had this huge reception and everything like that. So we knew the wedding was that night. And so I think we got a save the date or something. I think we were talking about this not too long ago because somebody asked us recently. This wedding was like 12, 14 years ago. And somebody said to us recently, yeah, you weren't at that wedding. And I said something about, well, we got the save the date. Alex was like, no, we didn't get the save the date. I feel like we did and he doesn't remember that. But anyway, so don't you think it's weird to send somebody a save the date but not a wedding invitation? Am I the only one that thinks that's weird? Do you think that's weird? To send somebody a save the date but not a wedding invitation? I think that's kind of bizarre. But anyway, not just with this situation, but I've heard about it with other situations. So anyway, I could give a shit about these people. Well, the husband and his new wife, I adore them. But the gal and her brother, no, they can... He did my friend so dirty. He did my friend so dirty that I have nothing good to say about him. But anyway, so we had called him out, like, to his face on doing our girlfriend dirty. Like, he had screwed our girlfriend over. Well, he was, like, putting the whole wedding together for his sister and helping her with the invitations and all that kind of stuff. So we don't get invited to this wedding. Okay, we knew the wedding was going on. Everybody in town that night was going to this wedding. And so we start getting these text messages from people. And they're like, why aren't you here? Like, this is so weird. Like, you're closer with them than, like, one of our friends was like, we've only met them like twice and we got invited to this wedding. Why are you here? And we're like, we don't know. And I remember I said something to Alex and I was like, I can't believe that we weren't invited to that wedding or whatever. I could care less today. And I'll never forget a truer statement my husband has never said. He said to me, he goes, if you did get invited, you wouldn't want to go and you would complain about having to dress up and go to a wedding. And I was like, that's kind of true though, actually, I would. Because, I mean, I always get excited. Like, you know, like before, but then I'm like, oh, I have to dress up for this wedding and whatever. Like, I've tried to change my attitude. Like, I would say that was like Peter 15 years ago. Today, like, I'm like, okay, this is one moment in time. Enjoy this. Enjoy dressing up and looking nice. Have a really fun time. Live in the moment. Like, I try to do that. You know, like back in the day, I'd be like, God, I don't want to go to my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. I don't want to go to this. I complained about everything. I don't want to do that anymore. I want to live in the moment and enjoy it. And if you're one of those people that complains about everything, don't. Because you will get to a point in your life where you look back and you wish that you could have those moments back. And then those people back. And you can't. You know? And I wish I would have just been like, enjoyed the moment of being around my family when they were here. You know, Caroline and I say that a lot. It's not like we want these big, huge, special moments. But maybe just, I don't know, one more chicken salad afternoon on a Sunday with my mom and my aunt sitting on the back porch laughing. You know? when I would be like, God, I don't want to do that. I'd take anything to have one of those days today, you know? So I try to today keep that as a reminder of like, well, that's how you would feel looking back than living it in the moment, right? But anyway, I remember we didn't get invited to this wedding. Well, the next day, they were leaving, so that was like on a Saturday. They were leaving for their honeymoon on like Monday. So on Sunday, they had this huge, like, there was this thing that we used to go to in Indianapolis. It was called Rehab. And our friends, this is our friends that we went out to dinner with recently, he used to be a promoter here in town. And so he hosted this thing. So we always had like a cabana with his like now wife and whatever that we always just sat in. So we would go to this thing. It was based on that Las Vegas Rehab like day party that they did, but it was like, I don't know, 200 people around a pool that was a foot deep. I mean, it was sad. I did not, and it was on the lake out there and stuff like that. But anyway, she had like her wedding party and stuff out there, and she was like wasted, and I like saw the whole thing kind of go down. It's like, I kind of came over. Alex was standing in the pool with some friends, and she kind of like approached him with another friend, and and the other friend was like, Alex, like, so-and-so's really upset that you didn't come to your wedding, or her wedding, and she like started to cry or something like that, and I like walked up on it. And she's like, yeah, I just don't understand. Like, it really hurt my feelings that you and Peter weren't at my wedding. And Alex is, like, cool enough to be like, this isn't the time and place, you know? And he's like, because her brother was sitting 15 feet away. And Alex is like, you know, we can talk about it later. Like, this is the day after your wedding. Just, girl, enjoy it. You're going on your honeymoon. I'm so happy for you, whatever. And she's like, no, like, I'm really upset about it. And, like, the friend was all like, this gal, who I haven't probably seen her in 10 years, was all like, yeah, she's really upset about it. She thought you and Peter were better friends than that. And I looked at Alex like, are you gonna, because I'm gonna say something if you're not, okay? Because I can be lippy. And Alex looked at her and he goes, oh, so you want to understand why we weren't at your wedding? And she was like, yeah. And he goes, because we didn't get an invitation. And she goes, well, of course you did. I saw it. He goes, no, we didn't get an invitation. She walked over to her brother. She's like, starts screaming at her brother and all this kind of stuff. He goes, oh, it must have got lost in the mail. He hated us. He never sent that invitation out on purpose. Because you know who else didn't get invited? One of her very best friends, that was the girl that he fucked over. She didn't get invited to the wedding either. 3 people didn't get invited to the wedding. The girl he done fucked over and the 2 friends that stood up for her. Okay, girl. He done lost his mind now, though. Honey, he gets called out all the time. All these people he done effed over, they call him out all the time online. I see it. But anyway, here's my rules about weddings, okay? I give real great presents for weddings. I do. I think it's a special moment. You should buy somebody something. I do. I like to buy presents for people's weddings. I don't want to be in a wedding, okay? Like, I'm past that age. Like, I just, I don't want to be in a wedding. I don't want to be no salt and pepper shaker on neither side of the wedding. I don't need to do that, okay? I want to be a guest. I want to eat a piece of white wedding cake, and I want to maybe have a dance or two, and a cup of coffee with my cake, and I just want to sit back and observe it. You know, I might want to go outside and smoke a good cigarette with some people I haven't seen in 10 years, you know, and just have a nice time. I like to be a guest at a wedding. Like, I'm at my mom's age when she'd be like, me and my friends, we danced all night long. Like, those are the gals I want to hang out with at the wedding today. You know what I mean? I don't want to be in nobody's wedding. Like, Alex is, okay, so Alex is the last of, what, 3 girls now is getting married on Valentine's Day, and Alex is officiating the wedding. I'm excited. This wedding's going to be fun. I was actually thinking about it last night. I was like, I kind of want to wear something, like, red, because it's Valentine's Day and all this kind of stuff. But anyway, so I was saying to Alex, I was like, oh my God, can you believe this is going to be, like, your last wedding? And he was like, he's got 2 girlfriends right now that are in real serious relationships. And I was like, I thought for sure, on New Year's, I gave her boyfriend such a hard time. I said, you were supposed to propose to her on Christmas. And she was like, exactly. And he's like, he's real funny. So anyway, because I had predicted that he was going to, I was like, Alex, they're both going to get engaged here in like the next 2 months. And then we're going to have 2 more effing weddings to go to this year. He's like, I can't do any more bachelorette parties. I don't miss it. I really don't. Call me boring. My life is boring. But I'm so cool. Somebody said on my vlog yesterday, I almost said my clog. Somebody said on my vlog yesterday, that young Peter Monn looking at myself today would think I was cool. I loved that. I would think I was cool today. I mean, I've kind of turned into the person that I always wished I would. I really have. Like, you know, I mean, I think like, I don't know, like that comment that like you hear, that question that people, like they do it on RuPaul's Drag Race, like, what would you tell your 4-year-old self? Like, I think that's an interesting question. And they always say things like, you're going to get through it, you're going to be okay. if somebody said that to me at 4 or 10 years old, it wouldn't have meant anything to me. Like, there's our new neighbors. I love her. She's waving at me. I love her so much. You know what she's looking at? I have to tell you guys. Alex is like, my mom is going to love that. Our new neighbors have like, I knew, she's a retired Catholic school teacher. We have like, half of our neighborhood is retired Catholic school teachers. They have like a 2-foot-high Mother Mary sitting out like right in the corner over there. Do you know where the Christmas lights used to be, the old neighbors? It's like this Mother Mary, and then right next to it is an IU flag. Like, this is like the epitome of our neighborhood. All IU fans. Our neighborhood is very liberal, very Catholic, very liberal, very Catholic, and very IU in this neighborhood. But she was like looking at it as she drove by. Her boyfriend's driving. The camera stopped, and I couldn't turn it back on. I kept on pushing it. Anyway, I don't know what I was saying, but anyway, my neighbor was driving by, and she was looking at it as her boyfriend was driving off. But she's like, we're going to go to the pool, like, every day next year. I was like, you know we are. I can't wait. But anyway, funny stories. Oh, what was I going to say about somebody? Oh, you know what? I wanted to find this one comment that somebody left me the other day. Well, I'm going to have to find it, and I'll screenshot it, and I'll read it to you tomorrow, because it's getting cold out here. And I'm not going to vlog for a whole lot longer, but what was I saying before that? They haven't completely moved in yet. I think they're still going back and forth between the houses, because like last night I noticed that all their house lights were off, like when I was taking the dogs out real early. And they've got a bunch of boxes like right inside their house. They have like cars in the driveway, like I can see their cars in the driveway right now. I think they're there during the day, but I don't think they're done completely with their old house. I don't think they're like completely moved in here yet. But they're there a lot. I haven't met her yet. It's not like the kind of temperature that you would like take over. Like, I mean, we've all been talking about like getting stuff and taking over there and welcoming them. I haven't really seen them outside a whole lot. Like, he's been inside working, and the workmen have been out here. But like, even when the movers were here and stuff, like, I didn't see them going in and out. If they did, I would definitely go over there and introduce myself to her. I met him. I haven't met her. I don't want to just go over there like in the middle of them moving and knock on their door. I don't want to be intrusive. I'm so weird about stuff like that. Like, I don't like to be intrusive. I kind of thought like maybe like, but like I looked in their kitchen, they've got like, you can see there's boxes and stuff in there. I don't want to like bug them, you know what I mean? And be like, hey, I'm your neighbor. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'll get Laura and I will go over there together. We'll be like, we're your neighbors, we just want to welcome you. But it's kind of cold too. It's like, who wants to go over there? I know that's stupid, but then it's like kind of like, you can't just like take something over there and be like, we just want to welcome you. It's like, then they have to be like, hey, you want to come in because it's so cold? No, like I don't want to be rude about it, you know what I mean? But anyway, so apparently they have some, like one of their, he told me this actually too. This other woman that lives in the neighborhood, I've seen her at the pool, talked to her at the pool a couple times. She's super nice. I don't know her real well. But his wife is friends with her. That's how they found out about the condo. Everybody that moves in this neighborhood finds out about it from somebody that lives in this neighborhood that they're friends with. That's how they found out about it. So he's like, yeah, we've heard really good things about the neighborhood and whatever. So that woman's really, really nice. So if she's anything like her, yeah, I don't know. Anything else to tell you guys? I don't know what the comment was, but somebody left me this comment the other day on my vlog. It was the one that I said I thought it was yesterday, but then I read it and it was something else. I almost started tearing up when I read this comment. It was the other night, and I was reading comments like right before I went to bed, like before I went upstairs and got into bed and read. And I read this comment, and it was long. It was like a paragraph. And somebody said, I think they said something about, like, I don't comment very often, but I wanted you to know, like, you have no idea, like, you've been there with me on your vlog through this, you've been there on the vlog with me through that, and, like, you've really helped me, and I don't think you even know how much you help a lot of us out there. And it really, really meant so much to me. I don't know why, like, in that moment, like, I never doubt, like, I never, like, think, like, I'm gonna stop the vlog, or I'm gonna stop my channels. Like, that's just kind of, like, I don't know, I just feel so blessed that I get to film videos, and I get to sit out here even in the cold and talk to you guys, and get to call that, like, it doesn't feel like a job at all, like, but that I get to pay my bills from that is, like, a really cool thing, you know, that I get to do something that I absolutely love. Like, my dad, every once in a while, he'll say, you know, because I'll say to my dad, like, you always taught me, you know, like, do what you love and the money will follow to pay your bills. And if the money doesn't follow, at least you do something you love. The light is flashing at me. And he said it's really a blessing to do something that you love so much that you don't even feel like it's work. I mean, that is like, and you guys give me that. And then on top of that, for you guys to make me feel like I've helped you get through some tough times or whatever, it's just amazing. I appreciate you so much. You have no idea how much you mean to me. You really do. And I'm so entirely grateful for you guys. I really am. And I love you guys so much. I love this. I feel like this is like, I have the coolest life ever, and that's because of you guys. It really is. It really, really is. Okay, this is flashing at me. It's been flashing at me, so I got to get off here. I'm not going to replace the battery. It's too cold for that. So I hope you guys are having a magically amazing Sunday. Hope you're getting refreshed, renewed, rejuvenated, and relaxed for the week ahead. If nobody else has told you this today, I love you guys, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Love ya. Don't be lazy. Bye. Lazy. Love ya.